Alright, welcome back everyone. Before I begin, I have a bit of a confession to make. I just spent... well, I've already gone through this level. And I made it to the end of the stage and realized I wasn't recording. So yeah, bit of a rookie mistake. Here I go again. Spoilers, I did one special stage. I screwed up the other. But I'm back to where I was, I think. 2 emeralds. Yep. Anyway, as we come down here, there's an enemy. See that guy there? You've probably, or if you've seen like the Sonic Mania trailers, they've brought that back, that enemy, or that badnik for, yeah, there he is again. Is that actually spawning? Or has that got to do with... I have no idea what this button's for. Was that platform, or did that spawn the enemy? It felt like it spawned the enemy. But anyway, yeah, that badnik comes back in Mania, in, I forgot the name of the level, but it was the dust level. Like the western, like, desert level. That's what I was meaning to say. And as I mentioned in my previous video that wasn't ever recorded, I believe that's that's heavily inspired from... Alright, maybe I'll backtrack a bit. So, Sonic Mania, developed by Christian Whitehead and a couple other, not a couple other, but a lot of other people, but Christian Whitehead, aka the Taxman, he created a Sonic fan game back in the day called Sonic Mega Mix. And I believe he had a level in there that was called Dust Hill Zone that was based on a level in Sonic 2 called, so in Sonic 2 there was a level called Dust Hill that never actually made it into the final game. I could be completely wrong. I should actually check these facts before I go spoiling out, and maybe I should have done that during the break. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah. And I don't have 50 rings. I'm just gonna cry next to the sign. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the emulator I'm playing on. So this is like, I bought all the classic Sonic games on excuse me, on Steam, and it comes packaged with this emulator. I forgot what it's like called, Sega Classics or something. And you know, like as I mentioned in my first video, it comes like, I've got this like scan line option, but there's actually a bunch of other options. Well, actually no, I don't. I think this is just permanent, or like by default, but like the borders you're seeing, so like the black borders with kind of like the square pattern. That's based on the Sega Genesis like box art, I guess, like that the console came into, and a lot of not just that, the actual game's box art and whatnot. But I'm not entirely familiar with it because I owned a Mega Drive. So for those of you who don't, for those of you that don't know, in Europe and Australia, so I'm from Australia, our Sega in the 90s was called a Sega Mega Drive, not a Genesis. And sorry, I keep forgetting how hard it is to commentate. and play a game at the same time. Yeah, so, and it had different artwork, obviously the different name. And one other thing about it that we didn't have, that the Genesis did have, was the Mega Drive played in 50 Hz because the format of our like TVs in Europe and Australia was PAL. So it meant that our content, like so our games, our videos, they ran in 50 Hz, 50 FPS. And normally, like with games today, wow, no Emerald this time either. Normally with games today, when something runs at a bit of a lower frame rate, it just doesn't look as smooth, right? But with Sonic, and I'm guessing other games on Sega, on the Genesis, or on Mega Drive, I believe they corrected it in Sonic 3, but yeah, in Sonic 1 and 2 at least, they didn't just run like less smoother, they actually ran slower, including like the music as well. So I remember when I was young, like when I got into my teens and I was like playing like Sonic on my computer, like on an emulator and whatnot, and then at first I didn't notice it, I just assumed, oh, Sonic was always this fast, but then I remember pulling out my Mega Drive and then hooking up the game to the TV and then thinking, wow, was it always this slow? Was something wrong? Not knowing that, pretty much, yes, Sonic in Europe and Australia was like 1/6 slower. And it makes a big difference. Like, I could never go back and play Sonic in 50 Hz ever again. It just feels wrong now. But it's just weird to know that that's what I grew up with. Makes the game somewhat easier as well. I went down there last time and it's just a dead end with 3 rings, I think. Terrible. This is like a little bit, just where their head sticks out that you can jump on. Maybe not. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna spin into him. There we go. Free the flickies. I am. There's a secret up here. Run to the end. See this little platform here? It's kind of like a race through here, which is much easier if you got the shoes. Because there's a path that goes up that way if you're too slow, but if you make it here fast enough, you can get up here. And then it's I don't know, I guess it's a shortcut. The other way is a bit more painful. I know a lot of this because I just, freaking finished this level already. I feel like I'm cheating now. This bit here is annoying because if you're not ready for it, you just fall into a pit. It's besides, there's one in Green Hill Zone, but yeah, this is one of the worst pits. Worst offenders of bad level design, especially for a Sonic game. And there we go. I was just checking to see if I'm recording, and I definitely am. Alright, thanks again for watching, guys. See you next video for this amazing level that I can't wait to play.